What's up, everybody? Coming to you at your Friday night here. Coming to you from the garage. It's hot, it's humid, it's rainy. So we're not out riding tonight, but we are going to ride tomorrow. We're going down to Owensboro, Kentucky. River City Expo. Mark Rogers down there is putting on a phenomenal show. Evansville Harley is a big sponsor. Lots of different vendors, motorcycle show, sound competition, all kinds of stuff going on. So we're going to get some miles. We're going to get some footage tomorrow. But the main thing tonight is we're filming this on my brand new Insta 360 camera. So I want to step up my game a little bit. As you have seen in the last videos, I'm new at this. Something fun to do. But with help from Nick, the Harley guy, and several others that I've talked to, they highly recommended the Insta 360, so that's the way we went. So it's kind of the unboxing, but it's kind of first trial, see how it goes. But here's what we got. So we got Insta 360, X3. Give it a shot. I didn't spend the big bucks and get the X5, but we got the X3. Giving it a go, figure out the editing, see how everything goes. Got the basic camera. I did get the extra lens protection just because these ones are not replaceable like the new X5s are. So went ahead and got lens protectors, got the cover. Nick also recommended a motorcycle kit on Amazon. Ordered it, should be here tomorrow. I'm gonna borrow a buddy's mount tonight so we can get some footage tomorrow. Try to put a little video together, see how it works, see if I like it. But gonna be a short one tonight. Just wanted to come, and so far really like the camera. I've done just a few little short videos of car rides, stuff like that. But once again, it's hot. As you can see, the bike's behind me. Kind of dirty, but you know what? We're gonna ride tomorrow. It's gonna rain probably. It's gonna get even more dirty. It is nice to have a nice clean bike, but you know what? You got to put miles on it. It gets dirty, so be it. But yeah, coming to you from the garage. Hopefully start doing a little bit more of these on Friday, Saturday nights, just to get a little content out, you know, see what's going on, what's out in the motorcycle world. I did find out today, I just talked to my buddy, I got wheels going to powder coat, so we'll get some footage on that coming up. Going to be changing out the front end on the bike. Going to be going from the aluminum finish to a black finish. If you can't tell, I'm going to go red, a lollipop red to match the other red. That'll be front and rear wheels. Getting that done down in North Carolina. My buddy that works down there at that dealership hooking me up. David's a great guy and helped me out a bunch. May even drive down there to have them put it on. Go down there and see another Harley dealership, get another poker chip, stay there a day, kind of make a turn and burn, drive 12 hours down on a Friday night, get there early in the morning, be there all day, get the bike in on Saturday, have them swap the wheels, swap the front end out, and then do a turn and burn and leave early Sunday morning and come home. Drive about 12 hours plus home to be back to work on Monday. We'll see. Hopefully make it happen here in a couple weeks, because we are planning on some trips in July. We're going to go hopefully Harley Homecoming. Really hoping to get up there for that one. First time. It is a bit pricey in my opinion, but they got some great entertainment. They got, you know, Hank Williams Jr. is there, I think, on Friday night. Chris Stapleton's the headliner on Saturday, which he would be phenomenal to see. I've always wanted to see Chris Stapleton. Not to mention, they got all different parts, you know, vendors. They got the Harley Museum. They got the factory tour for the motor plant. Tons of vendors. The big thing I really want to go to, and hopefully someday these take off and I can be part of that, is the content creator show on Saturday. I'd like to get there and see that. Actually, no, I take that back. That's Friday night from 4 to 6, the content creator show. Nick the Harley guy is going to be there. Thrashing, I seen they're going to be there. See, I don't know. There's a whole bunch. If you go to the Harley Homecoming Facebook page, they list them all. But some I've never heard of, you know, kind of like me. Nobody's ever really heard of me, but, you know, see what happens if we make it go. If not, we'll have fun doing it. But, yeah, I'm hoping to get up there. About a 5.5 hour ride. Worst part of the whole ride is going through Chicago. Unfortunately, Chicago is horrible to ride through. But you get around there, you're going up along the lake. You know, you get up there Milwaukee, and it's nice. So trying to figure out room and board, whether I pack a tent on the bike and just pitch a tent somewhere, or suck it up, get a hotel for a few days. The worst part is the following weekend, we're trying to go up to Fort Wayne, Indiana. Me and a buddy and his wife, my wife, we want to go up. Nick, the Harley guy's doing a veterans suicide awareness ride out of Fort Wayne Harley, and we're trying to go up there to support that. It's very near and dear to our hearts. My wife is a veteran. My dad, my grandpa is a veteran. So we're trying to go up there to support that, and, you know, help raise awareness and raise some funds for veteran suicide. You know, that 22 stands for, you know, the 22 deaths that happen, you know, almost on a daily basis. It's very much overlooked, in my opinion. There's a lot more that should be done to help these guys out that go and defend our country, serve our country. You know, there's a lot of suicide prevention that can be done. Not a lot of guys show it. They try to be tough and not show it, but, you know, it's out there. It's relevant. It's been around since early times. You know, it's been around since the Civil War. It's been around, you know, big time, World War I, World War II. You know, my grandpa had some PTSD. My dad, Vietnam, very bad PTSD. Struggled with it for years and years and years. Contemplated suicide several times. So, you know, it's one of those things where it's very near and dear to my heart, to my wife. You know, we support our local American Legion, do several rides a year with Rolling Thunder here in Olney, Illinois, Rolling Thunder 3, Southern Illinois. Mongo and his guys there got a great crew, and, you know, we try to support them and their mission as much as we can. But the goal this year is to put some miles on this thing. It's brand new. I'm sitting right around 2,000 miles. I'd love to see, you know, 10,000 miles when we get back from Sturgis in August. So July, like I said, hopefully Harley Homecoming, if I can spit it out, and then turn around and go to Fort Wayne the following weekend. And then there's a possibility I'll put some good amount of miles on, hopefully riding out to Pennsylvania the end of July, weekend before we actually leave for Sturgis. It's my grandma's 90th birthday. I haven't rode out in Pennsylvania, where I'm from, for years. So hoping to go out there, put a little miles on. Western Pennsylvania, kind of in between Erie and Pittsburgh. Birthplace of oil, Franklin Oil City area. Beautiful, beautiful riding. Hopefully get the ride out there. If not, you know, we may have to cage it. Depends if my boy goes. But if I'm going solo, I'm riding. I'm taking the bike, and we're gonna put miles on. We're gonna burn out there 8.5, 9 hours. Spend the weekend, celebrate, and then burn 8.5, 9 hours back on Sunday. And I definitely will have this camera, so I will be getting some footage of beautiful Pennsylvania. If I ride, even if I'm in the car, I think I'm going to take it, and we're going to hit historic Old Creek State Park. It's beautiful down through there. Beautiful. They got a train ride. Spend some quality time with family that I haven't seen, but, you know, looking to get some suggestions on upgrades. You know, gonna do wheels. Like I said, I got wheels coming. I'm sticking with the chrome. I'm gonna stay with chrome. I do need to get a different emblem. I want to get that orange out of that emblem. I think the 25 has all red. The all red bike in 25, not the ST, the standard in red. This is all black with the chrome lettering. So I'm gonna look at some of those. But Thumper Moto pipe, still doing great. Sounding better with every ride, looking great. I think this winter we are going to get it repolished. and spend a little bit more time on it to get that little bit more of a shine. Other than that, I don't think I'm going to go too much more red other than the wheels. I'm going to ride it. I got a new phone. Got a new Samsung 25 Plus. Got to be very careful with it. But I do have the brand new setup from Quad Lock coming. Should be here Monday or Tuesday. I got Quad Lock on this bike currently. I had it on my last bike. Same mount, Quad Lock Pro mount, aluminum. Phenomenal mount. I've had nothing but good luck with it. No phone issues, nothing falling off the bike, nothing coming loose. So it was a no-brainer when I got that new phone to order that mount. So that'll be here. I also got a mount for the X3 that also hooks on the Quad Lock. I got, like I said, that setup coming for the X3 for the different selfie stick and the different views. And then we're going to mount it on here. And we're going to get some sound and live action riding with this pipe and see what it sounds like going down the road. We got some great twisties just over the border here in Indiana, down on State Route 150. Phenomenal riding out of Shoals, Indiana. It takes you down into French Lick, Indiana. Beautiful town if you've never been over that way. They got a casino down there. It's very historic. West Baden Springs, French Lick. They got a train ride. They got a casino, a lot of local restaurants. But going down Route 150, it's twists and turns and floorboard dragging. Just a good old road to rip down through and scrape some floorboards and have a good ride. So we get a little weather break from this rain. We get back from a couple of these events we're going to. I'm going to shoot over there. I don't know if it'll be me or me and the wife both, but we're going to shoot over there and we're going to try to get some video of those turns, different angles, different views, get some good shots of the pipe, good sound. So definitely got some content I want to put out there. We'll get it done. Hopefully, like I said, get some great content next month. We're gonna see what happens. Like I told you all before, it's fun. I enjoy it. I'm just gonna be me. We're coming from the garage. It's live. I'm gonna edit the video a little bit. But I've watched different guys on different platforms for a bunch of times, and Professional Monkey is one that I've always watched. I've liked. He don't really edit a lot. He does trim the videos and stuff like that, but it's kind of him. It's kind of him in the garage with the bike, and that's kind of what I want to base it off of. I'm not trying to copy him, but I'm not looking to make full-on scale production videos. If this takes off and we start doing more, then sure, I'll throw a couple more cameras into the mix, do some GoPro maybe Insta 360 X5, get a second one for more footage. Maybe the Ace 2, it's hard to say. I got to figure out the editing on this first before I even think about adding other cameras, but, see what happens. I enjoy it. I appreciate everybody that's, liked my videos already on TikTok and Facebook, and I share them on, Instagram, all those platforms. Like I said, it's just me in front of the camera with you guys, sitting here having a good time. Plan on, like I said, putting out a little content here or there and see where it takes me. I'm going to get some video tomorrow down in Owensboro. Get some from the ride down, get some there, probably some home in the rain because it looks like it's going to rain. So we'll have a little bit of content tomorrow. Hopefully get a video out Sunday night. But yeah, I think that's it for tonight. If you guys got any suggestions for any other upgrades, like I said, plan on going T-bars. It may not be this year, unless I come across a smoking deal that I just can't turn away. Evansville, they got the Coddling bars down there that are beautiful bars. I like the thrashing setup a lot. I want to go with a 10-inch with a mid-bend bar. Black or chrome, I can't decide. I'm not going to powder coat my original. I was going to powder coat them the lollipop red to match, but I think I'm going to stick with either black or chrome up there. I like black. I don't like the shininess reflected in my face, but I may go chrome. I may go Black Rogers chrome bars. Who knows? give me your thoughts on that. You know, I got a Clockworks windshield on there right now. Contemplated selling it and getting a red one. I know the red won't exactly match, but you know, that red on that black, I like it. I like it a lot. The other thing, it blows my mind. You can't find anywhere, especially here, that does chrome plating. I've tried, I've looked, I've messaged a couple businesses. It seems like everybody's in California, which kind of blows my mind. I know there's some spots, or you know, on eBay where you can swap out wheels and do all that stuff. Why don't we have any local powder coaters and chromers anymore? You got powder coaters that, you know, are pretty local and do a great job, but you can't find any chrome plating places local. I love these wheels, and I would love to have them chrome plated versus powder coated. I'd love to do the full chrome front end, but right now, you know, the setup that my buddy David's got for me, you know, we're going to do the full blacked out forks, and then the factory wheels. You know, they're going to be the factory wheels, but they're going to be a solid lollipop red. And I'll have more info on that. There's a guy down in North Carolina. He's on Instagram. I'll try to share some of his information in the videos or link when I switch over to Facebook. But my wheels are currently, not my wheels, the wheels that'll be on this bike are currently there now. And then they'll come ready to go. We just got to swap them, hook the TPS sensors up to the bike, and we'll be in business. That's if he ships them. If I can make it happen and I can run down there, then we're going to do it at that dealership down there. And I'll link that dealership too in the description, just to get, you know, a little recognition for them. They've got turned around big time in the last 3 or 4 months. My buddy David, who's down there working right now, has made a lot of changes, and that dealership is booming right now. They're busier than ever. They're starting to do performance upgrades. He just sent me some pictures. They're getting ready to do 2 or 3 135s right now. They got them sitting on the lifts ready to go into the bikes. So yeah, I mean, I wish one of those 135s were mine, but right now that's not an option. Finance wise, it's not an option. Want wise, it's definitely an option. Even 131, I'd love to throw a 131, but you know, my last bike, it was plenty powerful. I had an aftermarket cam, I had a Star Racing cam in it, Thundermax, or not Thundermax, Power Vision tuner on it, and you know what, that bike screamed. I loved it. I had the thrashing bars on it, threshing bars, sorry. LA Chopper, threshing bars, that's what they were. And I would actually, like, instead of them, I've contemplated those versus an actual set of T-bars. Everybody's going T-bars. I kind of wanted something a little different. So you can pick those up for $400, $450. And one thing about these new road glides is you can change them yourself pretty easy. So I may go that route this coming winter. Who knows? But we are definitely going to do something on the bars. Little odds and ends stuff, but you know, unfortunately, as of right now, you know, no major motor upgrades, no nothing. It runs fine. It runs great. We're not dripping oil, so we're good there. But anybody out there, you know, what's your thoughts on a 131? You know, I looked at a stage 3, which is just your big bore. Takes it up to a 122, but you're running your stock intake, your stock injectors. Basically, on mine, it would just be heads, pistons, gaskets, all that stuff, because I already have the Screaming Eagle 511 cam in it and the lifters, so it would just be the top end. I would gain probably 15-20% over stock, probably another 10 horsepower, maybe a little bit more, maybe about the same in torque. Not a huge upgrade. That's why a lot of people, I think, skip stage 3, but I don't know. It's a cheap option for this winter, as long as my dealership here offers their same special over Black Friday. Because if they do, I'll be sharing that too. In the past, they've done any stage upgrade. Yes, it's Harley. I understand that, but Any stage upgrade, free installation. You buy the Screaming Eagle kit, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, stage 5, whatever you want to do, free installation. So that is definitely an option if finance permits and time permits and the bike permits. See what happens, but I would love to do that this winter. But the thing is, I want to stick Screaming Eagle. I know everybody puts it down because you can't get the horsepower that you can get aftermarket. And there are some of these guys, you know, you got Moonshine, you got All American Cycles down south. You know, you got some of these guys right now that are putting out these phenomenal, phenomenal bikes. Nothing against them. I would love to have one of their bikes. But I want to see, because I know it's limited, but I would like to see what I could accomplish out of a Harley Davidson factory compliant Screaming Eagle motor. Whether that's narrow band sensors that are on it now, the wide band sensors, whatever. I know the wide bands are a little more tunable, but I would like to go as far as I could, staying warranty compliant with this bike, to see what is the potential out of a Harley Davidson motor. That is my goal, because I'd like to stay warranty compliant, at least for a while. But not saying in a couple of years down the road, get some miles in, make sure the motor's fine, but I won't upgrade to a, you know, CR cam or a Star Racing cam. I definitely will go back to Star Racing. Their 3030 cam was phenomenal on my last 117 bike. I mean, I was at 124, 126 horsepower, 143 torque, and that was just a cam upgrade. That was stock intake, stock injectors, stock throttle body. It was the plastic intake, you know, that everybody has issues with on those bikes. And that bike ran great. I had the Clockworks air cleaner. I had the Chromeworks air cleaner. Chromeworks 2-in-1 Outlaw. Sounded great. You can see videos of that on my, you know, my old Facebook, and I have some of those up on Instagram and TikTok. But that bike absolutely was a ripper. And it bit me when I was out of warranty because I upgraded the tuner and voided the warranty when the transmission had issues. Even though I believe the transmission had issues from day one, it didn't matter. With a voided warranty, I was stuck out of pocket. So long story short, that's how we ended up with this bike. Because they cut me a deal and I didn't have to come out of pocket with that money. So, good upgrade? Yes, 100%. That was a great bike. It was a fast bike. But so far, I'm in love with this bike. The ride quality is better. It's lighter. It doesn't feel as heavy. It's smooth. But I want to build a little more horsepower. But I want to do it staying with Harley. You know, Harley Davidson. Come on, let's do this. Let's show what, you know, a stock Harley motor can put out. It's not going to compete with some of the big aftermarket motors. I don't expect it to. But I think there's potential with this cam and this Generation 2 motor. Yes, it's only a 117. They are running 121s that are bumping up to 135s. But I think to be able to show the buyers what is possible out of a Harley Davidson factory compliant motor is important. You don't see that. You don't see a lot of that these days. Everybody's always going aftermarket cams. I think Harley did their homework on this motor. I really do. I think they did their homework on that cam. Yes, it's still Screaming Eagle. It's all EPA compliant. But I think there's potential there to make some fun horsepower with this bike out of a 131 tuned, dynoed Screaming Eagle with the add-ons that you can get right from Harley Davidson off the shelf. 131, put that 68 millimeter throttle body that's ported, the heads are ported, bump up those injectors a little bit, you know, throw that tune in it, and let her rip, let it eat, you know, see where it's at. But show that you can build that and have longevity out of your motor. That's what I'd like to do. I'm not looking to build a, you know, big moonshine motor. That would be fun, trust me. I'd love to. I want to go a little different route. I want to go stock, you know, motor, 117. It's a stage 2. Let's skip stage 3, go straight to stage 4. and, you know, see what we can do. I'm not looking for the 131 and the RR bikes to just come out, you know, but I think there's potential there. I think there's, you know, a little bit of hidden potential that Harley Davidson's not getting out there to people, that I think this platform can do very well. Like with every other generation of Harley, there's been issues. Just seen some videos of the 121s with the piston issues. Some dyno guys that are not doing dynos on them right now because they're afraid of the piston shattering. Totally get it. You know, they want you to upgrade to the 135s. Great motor. But not everybody that has a 121 that wants to build it a little bit can afford to throw that 135 in. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'd love to go 131. I'd like to see what it does with this Thumper Moto pipe. I'd like to see, you know, some different options on that 131. I'm staying chrome though. I don't want to go blacked out. My last bike was blacked out. I loved it, but I want to go chrome. If I don't do that, really thinking about, you know, seeing about upgrading to a second bike for a little more content. I'd love to put, you know, I don't know, 08 fuel injected Dyna. Just something fun. It's kind of what everybody's doing. I wouldn't mind a Heritage, you know, kind of cholo it out. A lot of options there. I like that. They call it the Duracell bike, you know, that color scheme, the orange and black. I like the 03 silver and blacks. I think those were always sharp bikes. Still carbureted, make a fun bike. But let me know what you think, you know. Trying to get content. We're only going to do so much of this. Something else fun to rip around on, go out and have a good time, burn a little tires off, try to learn how to ride wheelies, whatever. Just fun motorcycle stuff. You know, back to getting out, riding a little bit, you know, seeing what you can see, meeting people. You know, I'm looking forward to Sturgis this year. I went the last 2 years. Last year was a little different on where we were at, what we were doing. The year before was our first year, so we were kind of lost. We did get to do a lot of different things, but this year we're going to put miles on. We're going to go see, you know, spearfish again. We're going to take our time and ride through spearfish and enjoy it. You know, Van Knocker Canyon. We're going to get out the lead. We're going to get out the Devil's Tower. You know, we're going to get out there to Wyoming this year. That was a goal of mine 2 years ago, and we didn't make it. So that is one of the first priorities. You know, I just seen 2 Lane Life. They're getting ready to, they're going to do a meet and greet out there. I'm not going to tell you where. I will share eventually. But if you want to know, go check their channel out. They're going to do a burger lunch on that Sunday, the first Sunday of the rally. And first 100 people will get a free burger and, you know, get to chat with them and stuff. So I'm going to add that to my to-do list. We're going to try to get down there and, man, if I get a free lunch out of the deal, why not? But get down there, meet those guys. Like I said, if I get up to the content creators at Harley Homecoming, hopefully get some contacts with those guys and then meet some of them guys out in Sturgis again. I'm not going to get too much into Sturgis. I think that first Friday night, and I kind of hit it on in our last video, but I'm waiting to see who the opening act is for ZZ Top. I know the Buffalo Chip's probably getting ready to release it today or tomorrow. I may have missed it today even. But Professional Monkey is doing a meeting. Not sure exactly what the camera did, first one. But where I was at is Professional Monkey is doing a meet and greet the first Friday night there at the Buffalo Chip. And then all going down to the stage to watch ZZ Top and the opening band. And so I think we're going to take off on Wednesday to get up there to go and see him and Mrs. Monkey and all his crew that he rolls with, all the different rallies. Who knows? Maybe, you know, Tab Performance guys might be there. Alan and them from Admin Black, you know, who knows who all will be there, but, you know, meet different people, socialize, you know, hopefully make some contacts in the industry. I'd love to get into promoting different products and stuff. just because I feel like it's what everybody's doing, and that's not necessarily why I want to do it, but I feel that, you know, I enjoy it, you know, and if I'm going to promote it or I'm going to put it on my bike, it's not going to be just something that, you know, I'm going to do randomly. It's going to be something that I like, something that looks good on the bike, and give my honest review. You know, I'll have my honest review on it, good or bad. I did it before on one of my old Street Glide I had, 357 exhaust pipes. They're known for the tail gunners. They sent me a pipe for my Street Glide. It was a set of slip-ons. And I did a promotional video for them, pictures, and, you know, I reviewed those honest. There were some defects when they come out of the box, I think from packing and shipping. But other than that, they were a great pipe. Sounded good. Matter of fact, when I sold the bike, I gave them to my buddy. He put them on his Street Glide, and he ran them until he sold it. The chrome was good on them. They looked good. They sounded great. Right now, I don't think they really even have them out. I was on their site the other day, and they're more Indian right now. And I mean, they still sound good on the Indians, but they still got the tail gunner exhaust. You know, it looks like the machine gun ends and stuff. But so yeah, I did that a while back. But you know, I'd love to do some custom dynamic stuff. You know, I'm going to do the license plate in the back. I've already reached out to Fairing Exchange. They have, you know, hopefully we're going to have them in stock. The black ones is what I want. If not, I'll go to chrome. Depending what the install and stuff is up in Sturgis, I may just have them put it on. If not, I'll put it on when I get back. But and we'll do a video on that. But just little stuff like that, you know, little upgrades that I want to do and add to the bike. And kind of a long-winded video, but you know, this is kind of where I want to go with the channel, with the bike, and see what happens. You know, get some miles in, get, you know, a few upgrades here or there. But ultimately, I want to do that motor. I want to hear what that motor sounds like with that Thumper Moto pipe. I really do. You can't tell. So I got on tonight is that Thumper Moto shirt, which you can go and get if you want one. They got them for sale. They got hats, but I'll tell you what. I really, really want to hear what that sounds with a bigger bore motor, because it sounds good on this bike now. I can't imagine having a lot more horsepower behind it, and how it performs. It performs great, and I know it will perform great with a big motor. So we'll see. We'll see where we go. We got several months, several miles to put in before we get there anyways, because I'm not tearing it down in summertime. It'd be a winter project. So hopefully 131. We'll see. 135, I think that's out of the picture, because that'd be a whole crate motor. I'm not going to drop another $9 grand into the bike for a crate motor when this one runs great, just for a little bit more horsepower. But, you know, who knows? See what we can figure out with it and go from there. But yeah, I'm going to cut it off tonight. Like I said, filming it all on the new INSTA 360. So far, so good. Well, once I figure out how to edit it and we get a video up, then I'll come back and do a little tutorial, I guess, an honest review on the initial video and the edit process. But yeah, if you got any other questions, you know, comments, shoot me a message, like the video, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I'm not monetized. I'm not sponsored. I'm not any of that stuff. I'm doing it because I like to do it. I like to have fun. I like the motorcycle industry. And I think that, I mean, I can have a lot of fun with it. Besides putting in miles, spending time with my wife, myself, on the bike, you know, going to different events, meeting different people. That's what I want to enjoy. So let y'all go for tonight. Like I said, if you got any other comments, questions, suggestions, hit me up. But yeah, we'll call it a night. Peace out. I appreciate everybody. Like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.